friends, welcome back to my channel. A very special welcome if you are new. My name is Leah. This is Homeschool at Heart. Today we're going to be talking about goals for 2025. All right, you guys, I am not a resolutions person. I feel like resolutions are kind of one of those hard and fast things. Like if you fail at it, you just kind of say, oh, well, I just didn't get it done and now I'm off the hook. But a goal you kind of keep working towards, and so if you fail, you kind of pick yourself back up and you try again. So I am a goal setter instead of a resolution setter. So we're going to be talking today about goals for homeschool and some personal goals. And so we're going to start with homeschool goals since this is my homeschool channel. So we have 3 of each. So homeschool goals, first and foremost, I hopefully you guys know that I like to be really honest on this channel. So I'm going to say my first and foremost goal for this year is to just to make it through the rest of this particular homeschool year. If you've been following along this homeschool year, 2024 to 2025 school year, you know that this has been a particularly rough year for my family. I have had a doozy of a year. And some years are like that, and it's really okay to just feel like you gotta just get through it. I've had a lot of surgeries, a lot of medical tests, a lot of doctor's appointments this year, so we've had no schedule, no flow, no rhythm, and the girls and I, we just none of us live like that naturally. We thrive on having that rhythm to our day, and so it's just been off all year. Everything has just felt so off all year. And so all of us are kind of in this kind of mood about school. And so I don't think it's going to be like that for the rest of our homeschool journey. I think that right now we're just kind of in a homeschool slump. And I am hopeful that we can kind of bring ourselves out of it in the next couple of months, and it won't keep being like that. It might continue to be like that for the rest of this particular school year, and if it is, then it is. But hopefully not. Some school years are such a joy. You can go back and look through some of my old videos. We loved homeschool. We love homeschool around here. That is, my channel is called Homeschool at Heart for a reason. That is my heart. I love homeschooling my kids. And some years are a joy, and then some years are just not. Some parts of years are just not. And right now is just not. And we are just doing what we need to do. We're getting through what we need to get through, and we're moving on with our day and getting to the parts of the day that do bring us joy or do at least bring us rest. And that's just what we gotta do right now. But like I said, we're hopeful that that is not gonna be what all of this school year is holding for us. Hopefully my next set of doctor's appointments will bring good news, that we'll have a breakthrough in all of that, and that we will be able to move on from this icky season and be able to go back to some kind of normal and feel like we can get our lives back in some kind of way here soon. So number 2, I would like to get my youngest to be able to work a little more independently. She's she just doesn't, she's just not able to focus well enough to work independently for any length of time. She's 9, so she's still like super young. And it is, you know, my joy to sit next to her. But she's in 4th grade. She's going to be in 5th grade next year. And then she'll be in middle school after that. And so it is weighing on my mind just a little bit that the years are short and they do go by so fast. And while it is my joy to spend all of that time with her, I do want to be conscious of the fact that she is going to need to have that skill of independence soon. So I am working towards her being able to be more independent in the future. And so we're going to be working on that a little bit for the rest of this year and for next year, so that when she needs the independence, she will be able to just kind of slide right into that. So number 3, and I feel like I say this in every single goals video, you guys, every single goals video, I need help. So share your wisdom with me. I am not wise in this area. Okay, number 3, math facts mastery. My kids, okay, I feel like no matter what I try with this, they do not have their multiplication tables memorized. I have tried songs. I have tried those little wrap-up things. I have tried flashcards. I have tried those like minute worksheets where you like do as many as you can for a minute. I have tried workbooks. I have tried games. I have tried all kinds of things. And they can't hold them in their brain. And even Charlotte, like she had them all memorized, my youngest. She had them all memorized last year, but it seems like this year she's just like, what? Multiplication tables? I have no idea what those are. I'm like, what is happening? So if you guys have a really good tip about something that is gonna work for these kids who like, for whatever reason, cannot hold multiplication facts in their brains, I need to hear it, because I don't even know what to do about that. So put them in the comments. I would love to hear them. I need it. All right, so those are my 3 homeschool goals for the rest of this year. All right, so, oh, and I'm gonna sneak this one in before I forget about it. For this channel, I have one goal for this channel, okay, guys? I mean, like, my regular goals for this channel are always to be honest about our homeschool journey, you know, which I was. Hopefully you guys are noticing that I'm honest about, you know, we're not perfect here. But also, like, just as a, you know, purely like YouTube standards, I would love to have my channel reach monetization. I have been working on this channel for 3 years now, mostly just as a hobby, but like we have reached, you guys, there's so many of you watching this channel, which is amazing. I have enough subscribers, but I'm hoping that my watch hours will reach the requirement. So you'll see, hopefully you'll start seeing more videos come out soon. Watch for that. And you'll see different videos on different types of content also coming out soon. So there will be a lot of homeschool content, but there will also be like different videos of different interests of my own coming out, just because I don't have enough homeschool only content that I can talk about for the amount of watch hours that I'm gonna need to get the channel monetized. And then we'll, you know, kind of go back to just that niche if people aren't enjoying homemaking and, you know, books and gardening and things like that. So if there's something you guys want to hear about that are in those type of content topics, I would love to make a video for you. So let me know what you want to hear about and we'll get on top of that. So personal topics or personal goals. So I have 3 of them. One is my goal is to read 60 books this year. So I'm not going to say that much about it. I'm going to record a whole nother video about it. Actually, as soon as I'm done recording this one, I'm going to record that video. But I will say that 2 years ago, I read 60 books, so I know that I can do it. And last year, so in 2024, I read 51 books, but I read more as far as page numbers in 2024 than I did in 2023 when I read the 60 books. So I don't know. I read more page-wise in 2024 than I did in 2023 when I read 60 books, and in 2024 I only read 51 books. Anyway, so it kind of evened out, I guess, really. I read longer books in 2023. So, 2 is I'm really, really, really hoping to get my health figured out. I really thought I'd have this under control by now. Clearly I don't quite have it under control, but I'm just as confused now as I was 6 months ago when I, you know, got my diagnosis of IIH and started treatment with all of this brain stuff. I do have some appointments coming up at the end of January, so in 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm hoping that we'll at least get some more direction for what we're gonna do, if not get some answers. So that is, fingers crossed, that's where my hope is right at the moment. So we'll see. And then number 3 is get back to exercising. I was last year running and doing core exercises every single day, and I was feeling really good. I was feeling good about myself. I was meeting my weight loss goals and, you know, doing all of that in a healthy way. And then I got super sick, had these terrible headaches, and all of that kind of like fell by the wayside, and I had to stop doing it. And I am hoping that I can I don't know about the running, but I'm hoping that I can at least get back to doing some sort of exercise every single day again, because I don't necessarily need to lose more weight, although I am still 10 pounds shy of what I wanted to lose. But I feel like I'm in a good spot anyway if I don't lose anymore. But I still want to do like some strength training and things like that. I liked feeling strong and feeling healthy. So I want to get back to doing that because I really felt good about myself, and I felt, you know, kind of good as far as like where my body was and things like that. So that is what my 3 personal goals are for myself. So I would like to hear if you guys have any goals for yourselves, homeschool or personal related. I'd love to hear about them in the comments below. And I hope you guys are having a great January, and I will talk to you in my next video. All right, you guys, so funny story time. We just did It's a Wonderful Life at Lifehouse Theater, and we had such a great time. The girls and I did that show, and then my husband was there backstage with us. He wasn't on stage, but he helped out backstage, so that was really fun. And we did like a Secret Santa a gift exchange thing every week, and it was so fun. We enjoyed that a lot. And the guy I got this 20-something guy that I had never met before. He was kind of new to the theater, so it was really kind of challenging for me. He put on his form. So the form was pretty, I mean, I feel like it was a pretty good form, but he put on his form that he liked Reese's peanut butter cups, and he liked eggnog, and he liked outdoor activities, and he liked pigs. Those were the things that he liked. And I was like, okay. And they told us that they wanted us to keep our budget as close to $5 per week as possible, which is really hard. So, I mean, and the reason being is because there were at least 3 families that had like several people in them. So like my family, there were 4 of us in the show. There was another family that had 5 in the show, and another family that had like 3 or 4 in the show. So, you know, that's kind of a lot to be spending, you know, if you're a family. So per weekend, and the show like ran like 5 weekends. So anyway, I just was like, okay. So one of the weekends, the first weekend, I got him like, I bought a lot of things from Amazon because I didn't have time to go out and go shopping for a lot of stuff, but they had a little crocheted emotional support pig. So I bought that, and it had like some kind of little quote about, I can't remember what the quote was. I'll look it up and then I'll put it in, I'll drop the text in here. But it was adorable, and he was like, oh my gosh, this is like the most perfect thing. It was just so funny to see like this grown man just like falling all over himself over a little stuffed, it was tiny, a tiny crocheted pig. And then the next weekend I got him like some cookies that were like eggnog flavored, and some little tiny Reese's nutcracker men. They were so cute. And then I can't remember what I did. The next weekend I did more candy, and then I bought, so we only did 4 weekends of gifts, I think, because the first weekend we drew names. So, and then I had bought like these little I found these little tiny pigs, you guys. They were, you've probably seen reels where they do those little tiny ducks, where people like hide the little tiny ducks in people's houses when they go and house sit for them. So I found tiny pigs. So I put 3 little tiny pigs in his little bag with like a bunch of Reese's candy or something in there that weekend. And then the final weekend, there was like that pack of tiny pigs had come. There was like 45 of them or something. Anyway, I went early the day that we give the gifts, and I hid the rest of them in like our backstage area. And I put like a little note in the bag and said that he had to find them. And he had to find, I think it was like 42 tiny pigs all over the backstage of our show. And he did. And the rest of the cast was like super annoyed about all the tiny pigs, but he was like he was in hog heaven. He was in hog heaven. He was like running around everywhere looking for the pigs. It was so funny. So you can find all kinds of little tiny things. There's tiny dinosaurs, tiny unicorns, tiny Jesuses, tiny all kinds of things. So if you are looking for a specific kind of tiny thing, these pigs even glowed in the dark, you guys. So you can find it. Tiny things. So that's my story for you today. Hopefully you found it funny. I will talk to you guys soon.